It's phenomenal. He did a great job. Very tender. Just a phenomenal flavor. Did a great job.
All right, guys, we're about a couple hours into it, maybe 3 hours in here. Our temperature is running about 275. We took the probe to the side. We're gonna open this up, and what we're gonna do here, we're gonna probe the hog, get it all ready to put the rest. We're gonna check on the color. Maybe we'll let it run a little longer, trying to get that mahogany color. And if it's not ready to wrap, we may ride a little longer, and we'll show you guys what we got here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now that's perfect. That is perfect. And see, this is a perfect example of our pan doing what it's supposed to do, holding up those juices, not let them drip on the coals. We're gonna go ahead and probe it. Chad, if you get those probes for us, we're gonna go ahead and probe the ham and then the shoulder. Today we're using a Thermalworks. We've got the pit temp here, and then we're gonna have shoulder and ham. We're gonna monitor this baby. This is the mark of exactly 3 hours of cooking. Let's see here. We're gonna plug this in. So I always start my probes from top to bottom and then from the front to back on the hog. So I'm gonna do shoulder with the second one, temp of the pit. We'll go right in here, get in there. Nice. And then we're gonna do the next one down here. Oh yeah. So we're sitting at 142, front and back. So we got, our goal here is to bring hams to 187, 190, and then the shoulder to 193. So we're gonna go ahead and put it back, cover up. We're not gonna wrap it yet. I'd like to get some of this middle of this hog the same as that color right there. So we're gonna add maybe a little bit of more wood, and it'll go for another 2 hours, and then we'll wrap. All right, we're gonna add a little charcoal. We're keeping this lid about an inch gap on it. We do have plenty heat still going in there from the chimneys and the charcoal that we add. This is the first time we're adding charcoal to it on a 3 hours. So it's holding up. What is helping our case here is the fact that outside is pretty warm. So it's keeping the temperature very well. These blocks are pretty hot. The sun is beating on it, so it's keeping the temperature very well. I'm gonna add another little log to it, to the middle, so it burns real slow. And I'm gonna get Chad to add some charcoal. We dump it on the shovel, and then we'll go on the side with it. We're gonna do the same process on the other side. Very important, anytime you add charcoal, trying to keep the same amount to all 4 corners. You don't have to add a big pile because your temperature is gonna get really high. Right now, we're sitting at, we just closed it, but still climbing at 240. We've been cooking at 275 to 300. That's the temp we've been able to keep on it. There is a little bit of a wind. That helps too, but sometimes it can be your enemy. It can get caught up in here and raise your fire really, really high. So we're gonna go ahead and let our fire pick back up with about 4 inches. We're gonna do the other side, then let them rest. We're hour number 6 right now. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this out. We finally gonna wrap this. We're gonna check the color one more time, but I think we're ready to wrap. We've done a little bit of a pick on it. So Chad and I are gonna remove this. I'm gonna put the probes to the side here, and we're gonna wrap it. So what the wrapping is gonna do, there you go. What the wrapping is gonna do is gonna give us a consistent color. We don't wanna go any further with the color. This is perfect to us. And let's see how we're doing in here. I am touching the hog, but I do have cotton gloves under here, under my latex, which I recommend. It's always easier to handle anything that's hot. Not extremely hot to 500, 600 degrees, but this right here will be just fine. So Chad and I are gonna wrap it. I'm just gonna lay some foil over, real easy. What the foil is gonna do also is going to speed up the cooking as it kind of keeps the heat in there. And it's gonna keep the smoke away. We'll put another one on the middle. Tighten up the edges. All right. We should, let's see where we're sitting at right now. We're sitting at 178. So 178 internal. Now it's probably gonna speed up a little bit. Maybe another 3 or 4 hours, this hog should be ready. And we're gonna cut into it and eat it. Now our hog is kind of resting out there. We're creeping up to the temperature of 190 on our shoulder. That's what we're looking to just kind of shut the pit off. We shut both of the side of the lids, but on the meantime that's taking its time to just chill and cool, I want to show you guys a little bit of a trick that I use to cut some fruits and then make a little impression on your decoration around your hog to impress your neighbor or your spouse. So what I typically do, I'm gonna cut an orange, and this is some radishes that I have here. So on the orange, I'll take about the middle of the orange and I'll place my finger here. What that's gonna do, it's gonna stop that knife from going all the way through, and I'm gonna cut a little triangle. And I'll follow, like making a little sharp shark teeth. And we're gonna go through. We'll go slow so y'all can see. I can do it pretty fast. Right there. And look at that. Now we're gonna build a center for this, all right? We're gonna take one of these radishes. And the same process here, we're gonna take just the tip of your knife about halfway. And what that's gonna do is gonna prevent you from poking through and cutting yourself, but also we'll cut it just enough to make a clear cut, connect to the other side, and here we go. Little connection there. Check that out. Now you're gonna take the radish and you're gonna place with a little pressure right on the middle, and check that out. So now we're at our 8-hour mark, 75-pound hog. Kind of want to recap a little bit for you guys to keep a track of what we're doing. We did fed charcoal here every 2.5 hours or so, a small amount, a half of a shovel to each of the corner of the pit. It's ready. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take this out. It's gonna allow that charcoal to burn out and then let this hog rest for about an hour before we serve. Super important. We've got some friends ready to eat, so we can't wait to get this wrapped up. We out. So we're not gonna do anything special to it. We're just gonna leave it alone, let the charcoal that's here burn out, and then we're gonna get ready to serve. So guys, we're on the point now where this hog has been resting for an hour. We're gonna go ahead and review. We're gonna pull this foil out and see what it looks like. Check that out. Check that out. So, a little bit before we start enjoying this, there's some folks really looking forward to enjoy this pig. I want to recap about our day, what went down here today. We built our pit, we started our fire. So our fuel for today, B&B Charcoal, we use oak lump and we use pecan, and we also use cherry which we believe that cherry produces a tremendous flavor and the color on this hog. What I like to tell you is this, to always take extremely good notes of what you're doing. The process today, as you watch this video, I want you to take notes as you go cook. Even when you go through your cook process, you're not watching the video, take notes of that particular cook and save those notes. It'll help you out for the future cook. Now we're gonna get this bad boy moved into our table. We're gonna decorate him. We'll show you how to cut some fruits, make it a nice display for all the garnishment. Hey, I can't wait to put this together and enjoy some of it. Now we got our pig fully decorated. Now this is a great advice I like to give you. Anytime we're serving a pig, the things that people always mention to me, they said, wow, that looked beautiful. So just remember when you're trying to do your decoration, to make it personal, make it nice, because people are always gonna eat with their eyes first. And then of course, you know, you got a gorgeous color pig, it's just gonna help your case. So today this pig was cooked and brought to you by B&B Charcoal, Marcio at Hog Addiction headquarters. I say we'll cut it in because I've got some folks that are super hungry.
It's really, when they're serving it to you, they know right where to reach in there in that hog and get the sweet meat and give it to you. And it's really nice, but you can see right there, ain't no fat in there, all the fat's been cooked out. Yeah, and it's sitting right there ready for me to eat. All this, and I got the baked beans and the potato salad with it. But the hog, all of the fat's rendered and it's just ready to eat.
It's phenomenal. He did a great job. Very tender, nice stringy meat coming out of the shoulder, and just a phenomenal flavor. Did a great job.
Some of the best barbecue I've ever had. How about y'all? Really
This is
good.
phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Very tender.
It's so tender.
I can tell that the cookie's #1.
Yeah, it literally melts in your mouth. So good.
It's awesome. Very tender. Melts in your mouth.
Okay, look at this pig. Oh my goodness. How beautiful is that? Wow. I want a little of both. All right, so we're gonna try this here, right here. Wow. You can taste the smoke flavor on that. That is delicious. That is so good.